What's up, everybody? This is for protection. It's an ancient amulet. Strega amulet. It's really hard to get these. Can't find too many of these anywhere. This one is sterling silver. I can't wait to get a haircut today. I need one bad. Look at this mop. So I'm gonna wait for some people to join before I start my transmission. I came here early, so there's nobody here. Really, I do see one truck down there. I'm waiting for people to join. Is anybody with me in chat yet? You guys can also donate in Super Chat, or you could donate in the chat room. I do have a lot of products available, so if somebody wants to donate more than $25 or $30, I will send them amazing crystals. Look at Don Bosco. I mean, this is always perplexing, this statue here, because why is one of the children holding an axe or a sledgehammer behind her back? Almost like, I'm shaking your hand, but I'm about to friggin' hit you with a sledgehammer. Troubled youth. Anyone in trouble is her friend. So what was she about to do? What was this teen about to do with that sledgehammer before Don Bosco? When his eyes are intense. I guess she was... No, she wasn't even chopping wood, because they have wood right here, a log right here. She's not even chopping wood with that thing. That thing is a sledgehammer. It's not even an axe. So why would somebody be holding a sledgehammer behind her back, behind his back, while holding Don Bosco's hand? Pretty weird statue. Who's with me in chat right now, everybody? Because we got a lot to talk about today. I don't know if I should wait till more people join, but before I get started, I was gonna wait till more people join. But I have so much to talk about. We're going deep into the Notre Dame ritual. I want to talk about what happened, what I believe happened, what I saw from my visions. Hey, Jessica. So guys, listen. Look at this statue, first of all. This is of Don Bosco, Saint Don Bosco. He's holding the hand of these teens or youths. One of them's got a sledgehammer behind their back. I don't know if that's a young woman or a young lady, but this is intense. And this is where you say your spells and prayers and mantras to Don Bosco, where you ask the saint for whatever you want. See, each one of these is a spell. Each one of these is a prayer. And I talked about it last time. The person who gave the most financial contribution is, of course, the one with the brightest candle, with the gold plaque of her name. All the other ones that are dimly lit, they didn't give as strong of a financial contribution. See, this is for her daughter. These are all spells. These are all mantras. Somebody has came and prayed for Saint Don Bosco and Jesus to fulfill their prayers, to fulfill their spell. So they are casting spells by praying to these saints. They're looking for them to do a deed for them. Look at this right here. Someone left this. Look at these paintings that they have. What's this here? Wow, that's pretty creepy. They have this piano in here. Look at these. These are not even nailed down. People leave these here crazy. The smell of incense is so strong in here. It's like, where is the incense? There is no incense. You guys still with me? Because it just said my app closed. This place is so energetically and spiritually powerful. You can feel it coursing through my veins right now. Even, look at this. It's made from spiraling seashells, this cross. That's pretty interesting. Somebody made this from seashells. Thank you, guys. You're still there. Well, I really want to talk. I'm scared to even touch this shit. Not scared, but I didn't even want to mess it up or anything. Yeah, these are all somebody's prayers. They're spells. Asking the gods, asking the saints to do them a favor while they give financial contributions for it. They're making contracts, spiritual contracts with the saints. See, this is another one where you can light a candle for a prayer. Somebody put there. Somebody died. Wow, did we lose some people already? Guys, we have some interesting stuff to talk about, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to catch stuff live on camera here today. But first, is Melinda with us? I wonder if Melinda's in the chat room. So yeah, that's my Spiral Mobile over there, my red car with the low pro rims. But I have a lot of things with me for protection this morning here, and I like coming here right when the sun's coming up. Nobody's here. This is my Chimaruta. The Chimaruta is a magical amulet from Strega. This is a Chimaruta. This is sterling silver. This one. One time I did have one from Real Rue, but it got bad, so I had to. I buried it. But this one. Yeah, they have that in Portugal as well. Yeah, most you could put a quarter or something in the slot, and you get to choose. But this is my Chimaruta. This is sterling silver, but originally this is a Strega and Benedante charm, specifically with just Italians. This is worn. I guess anybody could wear it, but it's known. If somebody saw you wearing a charm like this in Italy, you're from you're a witch family or from a shamanistic family, and this symbolizes a twig, like a sprig of rue. This is supposed to be a part of a rue branch, and each branch is holding a charm. One has a flower, one has the key with a heart on it, one has the crescent moon and sun, one has the dagger. These are all charms of the Chimaruta, which means like the sprig of rue. It's a rue plant, which is a very powerful plant, and I have this for protection. They're hard to find. You could buy a few at a sterling silver, but they're kind of hard to find. I'm not even sure if you can find them on Amazon. But I want to share something else with you guys. Melinda, I'm glad you joined us too. I wanted to share something else with you guys before I go. I brought it. This is very powerful. Not before I go, I mean before we go into the woods. So I'm going to share this with you guys real quick. This is very powerful. I'm going to do it in my trunk, actually. So, guys will see. This was actually my mom's bag of charms here. This will have like all St. Anthony charms and all types of stuff in here. These are all special, strongly charged, really strong charged stuff that I use. But here is one of the most important things that I own. One of the most powerful seer stones you can find is right here. Now, how do you get a seer stone? So, according to my family history, according to Italian shamanistic families, to find a seer stone is a very magical process, a very spiritual process. What you do is you walk along the beach. You're supposed to do it in privacy, along the sand, along the edge of the beach, and you look for specific beach debris, stones, coral, things like this. And if you ever find one that has a complete hole in it, like this is called a seer stone. And you can pierce the veil of the future by looking through the seer stone, especially on certain phases of the moon, and if you have the genetic trait within you. Now, this one is so special. This was found by my wife. Where it was found is even more special. Before she got pregnant with my daughter Tana, while I'm talking, we'll take a walk to Padre Pio. Right at the Padre Pio's sign, too, there's a deer walking right now. I almost hit one on the way here, too. There was like 3 of them running in the road. They're all over. They live back here. But, so, where was I going with this? Okay, the seer stone. So, basically, my wife found this seer stone right before she got pregnant with my daughter Tana. And Tana, the name of my daughter, is an ancient Italian star goddess name. In ancient Tuscany, in ancient Etruria, which is the home of the Etruscans, they had a goddess called Tana. She was the star goddess. And in fact, they even called the Milky Way the River of Tana. So that's what I named my daughter after, that name. It's a very old Italian name. And before my wife got pregnant with Tana, she went on a vacation with her sister to St. Thomas. And this was right before St. Thomas had those massive hurricanes where it was completely obliterated. The stones, the beach, everything was completely demolished. And my wife was able, she had a psychic experience, put this way. Mika, you guys have met her in the chat room on my radio show in here. Her real name is Michelle. We call her Mika. But she said when she was on the beach that day, she felt a spiritual thing come over her where she felt like she needed to take as many of the rocks and coral and beach debris that she can find. She wanted to collect them, and she felt like a need to take them with her, she said. And it was like almost like a panic. And on the way back, her suitcase was stuffed with items from the beach. She just felt like she had to take them home. The people, when she was coming over on the plane, they saw her. They were like, wow, because she had so much stuff. I'm surprised they even let her take all that stuff with her. But one of them was this amazing seer stone. I've had other seer stones with just one hole in it, but this one has the one hole that is amazing, because how do I even describe on how many levels this is amazing? First of all, and that's Padre Pio down this row of bushes right here. That's Padre Pio standing there looking a little haunting. But how do I describe on how many layers this is amazing? Okay, so first of all, throughout my life, my family line and my specific genetic trait, one of our abilities is to be able to know the voice of the wind and be able to read the clouds. We are cloud readers. And since I'm a very little child, I've been getting a certain cloud that appears to me. And I've posted them in certain pictures over time, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, different places, where a cloud would appear to me in the face of almost like it has it's a face, like 2 eyes and a mouth, and almost looks like a big puffy marshmallow face. and it kind of looks like this. You see this seer stone? How it's got two eyes, a mouth here, and then like a almost third eye hole in the middle. This is exactly what the cloud always looks like when it appears to me in the sky. And I have pictures to verify this. In the left eye of, or the right eye, whichever one you want to make it look like from you, but it's actually, the hole is actually in the eye of this beach debris, this seer stone. There's other little holes on here that you could see out of. There's not just one hole, but this hole, this is amazing. This is one of the most amazing, powerful seer stones you can find. It was not made this way. It naturally formed this way. It wasn't artificially made this way. I didn't poke a hole there. This is actually through the eye of the seer stone. It's actually through, the hole is actually in there. So during the full moons, during certain vernal equinoxes and solstice changes, certain eclipses, you look with one eye through this seer stone, through the same eye of the seer stone, and you could pierce the veil of the future. You can get visions. You can see the other layers of our multi-dimensional universe. We have many layers to our world, to our realities, and we've been moved to a different timeline. So other versions of our reality now are existing simultaneously to us, right besides us, and it's a domino effect. They all affect one another. So when there is a fire spiritually on another layer of existence, it translates to this physical dimension. Give me the thumbs up, everybody, on that. Come on. And look at this seer stone. If you don't get a thumbs up for that, I mean, Padre Pio was a seer. This is Padre Pio, and he was a seer. He was a true seer. Him and Don Bosco were true seers. Unfortunately, because of their devotion to the Catholic Church, everything that they saw, they had to relate to the Catholic dogma, to the Catholic tradition. And because of this, they paid dearly. Padre Pio's hands were used as dimensional gateways. You can see even this statue is showing the stigmata. He was receiving the wounds of Christ. These wounds were actually doorways, gateways sealed, opened with his genetics and his blood for the dark ones to enter into this realm, to enter in to this consciousness. They used it as a gateway. Now, when you see stigmata, it is a gateway. And Padre Pio was plagued with demons his whole life. He even got beaten by them, tortured by them. He fought off demonic possession his whole life. So let's now go take a walk into the woods and see why we are on Knights Templar territory right now. This is spiritual grounds for the Knight Templar. The Knights Templars have their spiritual recovery in these woods. And that I am certain of. The Red Cross of the Knights Templars. The Red Cross of Baphomet. Morning. Anaka Anjang, is that your name? Good morning and welcome. Well, I've shown you different parts of this place, but we're going to go deeper into the woods today to show you where most people, they come visit this place as a retreat center. They never end up in the woods behind it all, where the true magic lies. And the word magic, I mean, where do we get this word magic? Any technology that the ancients couldn't understand gets labeled as magic. Just like with physicists and scientists today. When they don't have a definition for something, or they don't know what to call it, what do they call it? Particles. Oh, we don't know what these things do or what they are, so they're just green particles, or they're just these kind of particles, or they're just different particles. Yeah, when you hear the word particles, it's just because they don't know what the fuck they are or what they do. So they just label them particles. It's a pretty broad term, huh? Particles? Well, what the fuck are they? What kind of particles? What are you talking about, particles? Yeah, good morning, Pavel. Interesting that they have a gravestone right here too, right? These are all cults of the dead. I've talked about it before. When... Do I have my flashlight on me? Oh, shit. Let me go get the flashlight. We're gonna need that. They're all cults of the dead. It's all about the moment of death, where you're going when you die, about having vehicles to travel in at the moment of death. And the Etruscans were big on that. You know, they would bury their dead in chariots. Etruscans were like Egyptians. One of their most powerful amulets and charms were the scarab beetle. The scarab beetle is one of the most amazing solar insects you can find. Okay. Got my flashlight. Let me lock my car. So, just in case we go into the Don Bosco house, there's a cabin in there. That's the birth replica house of Don Bosco. Let me just make sure my car's locked. So, guys, I've been pulling in so much information that it's almost scary, because I'm uncovering a lot of things that that could get a lot of people in trouble. So let's do a little history lesson real quick about Notre Dame. I don't know too much yet because I haven't done too much research on it, but I know what I saw, and I know enough to brief you guys on not Notre Dame, on the history of that place and what happened on April 15th in history with the Knights Templars. Now, there was this guy, Jacques de Molay. Oh, somebody's actually here. What was a runner? A walker? He's a walker. He's a walker. He's a runner. So, we're going to the woods, the path. I mean, once you walk into the woods, the gateway of the Rephaim is very interesting. This is a very controversial place. Very haunting. That no one knows about. You know, it's really hidden here. It's a sacred grove hidden here behind this retreat center. And you can see the entranceway where they have two massive black angels holding a crown that says Ave Maria. They're waiting to crown the goddess, the queen of the heavens, the queen of the saints, the mother of giants. You want to call her Mary, which actually means goddess of the sea, goddess of the cosmic sea. That's where the word marine comes from. Mary, it means sea goddess, but they mean the cosmic sea. Mary, Diana, Ceres, Hecate, all similar beings. And the real Mary has been replicated, a copy, by the Luciferic AI simulated entities. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Yeah, you see me. Deer are very important to the goddess Diana, Mary. Thank you, Jessica. I have a lot of stuff in my head that some people would think is useless knowledge, but that's what society wants you to think. Hello, buddy, my little dear friend. You don't need to go nowhere. I'm fine. I'm peaceful. I'm not gonna hurt you, buddy. You could smell me. It's all good. I come in peace, my friend. Yeah, this place is amazingly beautiful and amazingly haunted at the same time. You see all the trinkets in the trees? You'll find them everywhere around here. That is devotion to the Fae, in honor of the fairies. And you see, this is a wind chime that's a sun. I don't know if people realize what wind chimes actually do, what they are made for, but wind chimes are made to call astral dragons. Rings, the wind chimes, the ringing of the metal on the wind chimes is a multi-dimensional tone, a frequency, a vibration that rings on all dimensions, like a domino effect. Astral dragons can hear the call of the wind chimes. It's within the wind on a multi-layered experience. And astral dragons will come to the call of the wind chimes. They are unseen to the naked eye. Yeah, that's the same thing, Pavel. Very, very interesting. And you know, Carl Sagan was a very smart guy, right? But I actually think he was being a little naive in his book, what's it called? Dragons of Eden? I think it's called. Very known, very famous book. But he says that the dinosaurs were dragons were basically dinosaurs, right? But I don't think he takes into account the spiritual end, that astral dragons exist, that dragons can exist on a spiritual level as well. And I think, yes, it is the same goddess, Pavel. There are many of these women. I believe there are two different types of these entities that we see here. And let's not get this twisted. We are walking on Knights Templar territory right now. And you'll start to see that. You'll start to see red crosses painted on trees throughout this sacred grove that I'm walking in. You'll start to see symbols of the Knights Templar emerge out of places that you wouldn't believe. Now, before I go off track too much, let's talk about first the Notre Dame and the wood of Notre Dame. This is very ancient oak, ritually programmed oak, ritually programmed with the spells and the worship of Baphomet. Baphomet. Now, Baphomet was the Knights Templar god of the underworld, similar to Dis. Now, Dis, D-I-S, Dis is the lord of the underworld. This is where disaster comes from. You know, this is the word Dis means moving away from, having less of, things like that. And what's Aster? Aster is knowledge of the stars. So disaster means no knowledge of the stars, moving away from your star knowledge, moving away from your star origins. This is where the word disaster comes from the Lord of Dis, from the Lord of the underworld. So yes, this whole discussion this morning is about what happened in Notre Dame. This is the reason why I've come here, because I believe there's various spots on this earth that are spiritual retreat centers for armies on the spiritual planes. If you want to call them malandante like we do, the bad sorcerers. But the Knights Templars exist as dark ones on this spiritual plane. How do you become a dark one on this spiritual plane? Now, I'm not saying that I have all the answers here and that I'm right about all this. I know my intuition. I know what I see. And then from my research, I tend to back up my claims and my visions. Now, How do you become a Dark One on this physical plane, right? Well, and you see these some of these trees are gateways. They lead to quantum tunnels. You'll see this. Some of these trees have holes in them, like that one. That one is especially because Mika had an experience at that one. Within that tree, if you activate the ritual that it's programmed with, the mantra that it's sealed with, if you're able to break that mantra, when you climb in or walk in or crawl in to that hole, you will zip out of existence on this plane. You will walk into another layer of this environment, another layer of reality within this sacred grove. And that's how these exist. A quantum tunnel will exist within that. And you see right here, I'm just walking by, Knights Templar. See the cross, the stone with the cross on it? That is a Knights Templar symbol. This right, and actually this is upside down cross. Look at that shit. It's supposed to be this way. This is the right way. See? This shit is actually up fucking side down here that they have it. Look at that. Now, I don't think that's just in honor of St. Peter, the rock. You know, St. Peter is the rock. Well, this is the rock with the upside down cross. Exactly like St. Peter. St. Peter's bones, in my opinion, hold the key to Tartarus. They are ritually programmed. And I'm not going to go into the whole history of that right now because it's too much. But this is, I could talk all day. But Notre Dame was ritually programmed with ancient oak wood. That ceiling that was burned was ancient ritually programmed oak with Baphomet rituals. And when it burned, it fell down on the high altar of Notre Dame. This ritual was done right above the high altar of Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame was, or is, a Knights Templar stronghold. Wow, I see something inside that hole right there now. Oh. Yo, what the hell is inside there? Wait, I'm shaking. Dude, something's emerging in white from that hole. It looks like a little being. It wasn't there a minute ago. What the fuck is that? Is it a mushroom? I gotta go over there. Whoa, it just turned. Whoa. Dude, I'm getting the fuck out of that area. That shit just went away. It's not there now. Holy shit. It's not there anymore. Dude, that shit just went away. What the fuck? It's not there anymore now. It's not there anymore. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. That white thing that was like shining bright, it's not there anymore. Whoa, I just saw a weird thing. Wow. I'm getting away from that area. I don't need to disappear today. I've already had disappeared once in the forest. You know, guys, not in the forest, but in a park. You know, I had a disappearance in the park, in the Cesar Chavez Park. I don't know how new to my information you guys are, but I was gone for a day and a half, and I... Check this out. This was never here before. Something similar once before. Look at this. This is Knights Templar worship, everybody. And in my opinion, Knights Templars, they were doing a ritual in the Notre Dame Cathedral, activating the Baphomet ritual, the torch ritual. There are Baphomet torch rituals, and Baphomet is usually shown with that torch above his head, seen as a higher intelligence, a divine flame, a sacred flame. So they're looking for a higher intelligence. The reason why the ceiling up top is all specific to these rituals. And my buddy Leo Zagami, who's a Vatican insider, works for Alex Jones. He gives me tips and stuff, and you know, he actually went live with it on the Alex Jones InfoWars, is that you can see in some of the videos somebody in full Knights Templar outfit running during the fire while Notre Dame was burning. You can see somebody in full Knights Templar outfit on the top level of the church running. So it was either a spirit or a person. Yes, there's so many spells in this place. That's why I'm protected. Not only that, but I have more protection on me as well. You know, not only am I protected by my ancestors, but I brought this little letter of protection here. I have things, and I'll show you guys one thing that is very strong. I don't use many things Catholics use, but the one thing that the Catholics use that is strong is this. And I have, blessed by Father Malachi himself in the 90s. This is a Saint Benedict's medal. I'm actually going to have some for purchase that were blessed on my website, but this is the actual one that's used in exorcisms right here. This is the Saint Benedict's medal. You see Saint Benedict's on the back. This is this is what's used in exorcisms. There are other Saint Benedict's medals like this. This one's actually stamped by the Vatican. Yeah, that one's silver. This one's actually stamped by the Vatican. These ones, I have many of these. I have many of these available. This is a more close-up of that Saint Benedict. This one's not silver. These are just metal, some sort of metal, but they're very detailed and very worth it. I have these ones available for people if they want them. You know, it's unfortunate because Saint Benedict, Padre Pio, they were powerful shaman, and unfortunately, they went to the Catholic Church so they can carry out their work. Otherwise, they would have been persecuted any other way. So, now, I'm going to put this Saint Benedict on. And like anybody just joining us now, if anybody's just joining us now, I actually have my Cimaruta, which is the rue plant. This is sterling silver, the Italian charm called the Cimaruta. I have this for protection right here. I can't wait to get a haircut today too. I'm in dire need of a haircut. But these are very, see that stone building back there too? That stone building is part of Letchworth Village. See? And Letchworth Village, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. Letchworth Village is one of the most haunted insane asylums that ever existed. It's closed now. Now they made part of the land a golf course. But yeah, hair is like antennas, guys, for sure. My hair is getting long right now. Look at this mop. My hair is getting long. I gotta get it cut because I'm getting a mop. But yeah, so Saint Benedict was a powerful shaman. Dude, I can't believe what just happened in that tree. I mean, yes, I can. I've had many things, but I'm glad we caught it on camera. It was like a little short being of light. Fae. This is the Fae forest, guys. Wow, look at that stone stump. Looks like someone crawling out of the ground right there. That's intense. It literally looks like someone in pain crawling out of the ground. Who says it's not? So, this Baphomet ritual that was done in Notre Dame, I believe it awakened the gargoyles, the astral familiars that are encased within the statues surrounding Notre Dame. Yeah, really, thanks for joining. Definitely go back and see the first beginning of all this, because we caught supernatural proof right here live on camera. I don't know if it was a fairy or a fae, whatever you want to call it, a small being of light. We caught it here live. I knew if I came here to sign, something would come. And we are in Knights Templar territory right now, everybody. And I've literally been at 2,100 subscribers for like 2 years. So I know I'm getting more subscribers and views every day. There's some of my videos that have had thousands of views that it shows like 200 views on there. So I don't care. It doesn't matter. Actually, finally I have a day off. But I had to wake up at 5 o'clock this morning to go give blood work and stuff. So I have very rare blood, come to tell you the truth, guys, actually. So it's actually very hard for them to be able to take my blood. And I have Mediterranean anemia that's specific to Italians. I guess they have certain people from where my line's from in Italy have iron deficiency. That's actually where Popeye, the myth of Popeye. Oh, thank you so much. Really, that helps out so much. And it really is. Thank you so much. It's very rare that people donate, and the time and effort that it takes for me to do all this is ridiculous, guys. You don't really understand. I know sometimes I say I'm going to do a live view and don't, but guys, in order for me to do these videos, you don't realize what I have to go through. I'm working 2 jobs. I do my radio show. I have a newborn baby. Well, she's like over a year now, but I have a baby. I have a family. You know, I got all these responsibilities. So when I'm doing research, I'm literally doing it recording on my way to work. I have no free time. I'm literally doing it like while I'm waiting for the shower to warm up in the bathroom. I have books with me and my notebook. I'm writing things down. Every spare minute I have on my lunch breaks at work is where I do most of my articles. You know, so every spare moment I have, and I basically give it to you guys, you know, and I don't get compensated for most of that. You know, my radio show is basically free that I do every Saturday night. I get a little bit through subscriptions, but I mean, I don't want to blow up the spot, but like, I don't make more than $20-$30 a month sometimes for my radio show. You know, sometimes I'll make like $15 for the whole month for my radio show. So I don't make money off of it. It's for you guys. It's for to spread the word. You know, when you hold on to knowledge, it becomes evil pride. You know, so you got to share it. You got to share knowledge. You got to share information. And that's the only benefit of, well, not the only, but it's one of the main benefits that I like of technology that we use, computers, is how you can get in contact with so many people. It's a good and bad thing. Wow. I'm feeling strong energy right now. Thank you, really. You know, well, it took me, I waited, you know, to speak until I was qualified. My mom didn't want me to go public when she was alive about my family history. about the whole witchcraft element and stuff like that. Because nowadays, my brothers and sisters, my parents, this is a Catholic family. Most people are Catholic nowadays, and my family was converted to Catholicism. Most of my family, many many years ago, and they went to go work for the church. And their name was changed. If you look and type in my last name, Castaldo, into the Google, it'll come up as like a chief of the church, someone who works as a general for the church or something like this. But that's not the true name meaning. Castaldo literally means to form at metal, to be a blacksmith, to be a spell maker or something like this. Castaldo. That's actually what it means. But supposedly my family's name was changed at one point. And in fact, I have, because you have, your mother's side, your father's side, so there's all these different family names that go along with your family. One of them was my grandmother's original name. My great-grandmother, my mom's grandmother, was Santa, which means saint. Santa Bianco. Santa Bianco means Saint White. And my great-grandmother married my great-grandfather, whose name was Vincenzo Mauro, which means the Moors, which literally means dark. So my great-grandmother's name, Saint White, she married Vincent Dark, literally. And my grandfather was Vincent Mauro Jr. He was Vincent Dark. So my great-grandmother's name became Santa Mauro, Saint Dark. She became from Saint White to Saint Dark. Somebody left their sweatshirt right there. I have a very old school names, and even one of my family members, Marietta Battaglia, who married into my family in, I think, the 1600s or 14. She was not burned to the stake. She was imprisoned indefinitely for fortune telling. There was many family members of mine that are related to spiritualism and shamanism and witchcraft, but they were benindante. They are good walkers. They are not ones that made spells. They are ones that broke them. So my family is specifically related to, if you have spiritual turmoil, spiritual chaos going on, you go to one of these benindante to help with that spiritual chaos, to break whatever spell you're under, whatever form of enchantment you're under, whether it's materialism, romance, whatever we can break that. And I carry that on with me today. Wow, there's a weird calming effect that just came over. Like everything went quiet too for one split second. The bird stopped chirping for a second and all that. You see, look that's that hole down there. That thing is not there anymore. You can see Don Bosco's brick house looming in the distance. Yeah, so last year in New Zealand, the same day, there was a mosque burnt down. And Notre Dame is known as the Mosque of Notre Dame. All right, so let me tell you one of the main reasons why it was burned. Not only was it a Baphomet ritual to activate the goblins and whatever energies that are ritually programmed within the statues and the church itself, because some of these mantras are so ancient that they are only known to the ancient ones. So some of them will never be unleashed, never be broken, because they are sealed with mantras or spells that keep them encased within. Now, one of the main reasons why it was burnt is because they want funding from outside the U.S. for this church. They were getting funded from within France, but they want the whole world to give energy. They want the whole world to participate in giving money towards this church. Why? Because they want the church rebuilt to be a one world religion. They wanted to specify a one world religion. And when it will be rebuilt within the next 5 years, guarantee it will be rebuilt as a one world religion. It will have elements of Muslim, Islam, Buddhism, everything will be in there, because it is the agenda of the Luciferian people. It is the agenda of the Cabal Illuminati, is the agenda of the Knights Templars, to have everybody united under one banner. The banner of Baphomet. And you know what? Yeah, occultists, certain Satanists, they will say that a Baphomet looks like that, some sort of goat-looking character with tits and a dick, and all this shit going on, because it's put there because they don't want you to. It's a symbol of not judging a book by its cover. That something looking like that doesn't have to be evil. That it's a symbol of that. No, it's bullshit. I'm sorry. Judging book by its cover or not, because I do see the spiritual side of things. If something's coming at me with tits and a dick, and it's a goat, and it can walk like a human, and it's got a fucking torch lit, and it's coming at me, and it's I'm sorry, that motherfucker is not giving I'm not giving that a time of day. I'm out. All right, I am not praying to it. I'm not bowing down to it. I'm not giving it sacrifices. I'm not asking it for knowledge. I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge if I see a goat with tits and a dick. I'm sorry. All right. So this is pretty intense here. But yeah, so they want, well, the Jesuits are another band of evil intentions. I'm not saying all of them, but Jesuits were supposed to be scholars, right? They're supposed to be just scholars. It turned into something way more. It's turned into something evil. It came to be about possession of sacred artifacts and sacred sites. Well, the Jesuits is evil, yes, but the Knights Templars lost control from the prayer through to Baphomet. Do you understand? They were raping and pillaging whatever they chose. They became possessed with the very spirits of the Dark One. Look at this. Knights Templars right here. We are on Knights Templar grounds. Looking at the gateway, we're going to close. Catch me on Zoom, guys. We are going on Zoom in a little while. And, I have all these products, tensor rings, and the tensor rings that you see on my website, I have them fully stocked now. They're ready to sell. I will include a crystal with all the people that are first purchasing with it, and a necklace so you can wear it. My tensor rings are designed and made by me. That's the difference. You can find similar ones other places, but they are designed and made by me through specifications that I made, through working with them and seeing what works and what doesn't. And the tensor rings, because I'm a master welder as well. That's what I do for a living. I can't talk about where I work or what, because it's against company policy, but I can design and make a lot of what helps people. And that's what I'm going to do for a living now. Hopefully it takes off where I don't have to be working for a company, using all my abilities for someone else. I want to help the world. There's companies that I was associated with that do welding for spacecraft, that go into space, similar to, I don't want to say the company's name, but, we actually x-ray the welds. The weldings have to be so precise that we'll make a container for the rocket to go in, and then you have to actually x-ray that welding, that it has to be so perfect. So it's really complicated and hard work, but it gets monotonous. They have assembly lines where you're just welding the same thing over and over again all day long. So this is not what I want to do for a living. I want to be able to use my talents to help people, and I have designed certain tensor rings for not only EMF protection, but 5G protection, protection against bad dreams and spiritual influences. It builds a force field around you. And that's what I have made these for, specifically designed to build a force field around you. And for like $60, you get one of my specific custom-made tensor tools and a crystal to go with it and a necklace so you can wear it. And to me, that's a once-in-a-lifetime purchase, and they last forever. They're made from copper. I mean, they're not going anywhere. They're not going to break. And I found that the most purest copper I could find is 99.9% pure copper. It's like bendable. It's so pure. It's like flexible. You know, it's really amazing. It took me a while to get it all together, to get the materials, to get everything, but I had to spend some money, money too that I don't have. So hopefully it works. Everything turns out okay. Why is that a cop car? Is there a cop car at my car? What the fuck is going on? I think there's a cop car at my car. There is a cop car at my car, guys. I gotta go. I'll be back. Can I help you? Hello?